Los Angeles, California, it's SIMS TV!
No one knows Cold as Ice by Foreigner.
I know that song very well.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to SIMS TV.
Nacho fries.
Wait, pause.
More importantly, is that a baby? I see like a head.
Live from the Pennsylvania Turnpike, it's Driving Mike. Welcome to episode 2 of SIMS TV.
You're frozen.
Of course. Look, I tried.
You tried. You really did. Look, I can move people around now. Did I say that last week?
No, I didn't know that.
It's a new thing.
Oh boy.
Where are you at?
Almost to Breezewood on the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Are you going to pick up D-Naps to take them to Kara?
That's the sole purpose of our trip.
Oh, thank you. I've been just praying all through quarantine that someone would just bring him like a little, like a stork, and just drop him right at my house. Yeah, off to a very high class start.
What beach are you going to? And then we'll let you get back to driving.
Beach are you going to?
We're going to Outer Banks. It's cutting in and out. I'm trying.
It was so good in the run through.
All right. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna. The question is, are you in the drum room? I don't know what to believe anymore. Solid as a rock, baby. Your chair is back. Hold on.
Oh, you must have gotten that.
Look at that oil. Yeah, look at that little season 2 oil.
Samara must have oiled it up while you were on vacation.
All right, Mike, I'm going to put you on mute because there's like some clicking noise, but we'll check in with you occasionally. You focus on the road, stop at Arby's and Breezewood, and we'll check in with you soon.
Maybe get a Baja Blast.
Baja Blast. Tell them Sim sent you.
R.I.P.
All right. Loud clicking noise.
Ooh, that was stressful. That was like a Zoom call at work.
Very
where
stressful.
You're like, and you have to say it so politely, you know, when you're on a Zoom call, you're like, someone's just making a lot of noise right now. So
Like,
I'm going to mute you. Yeah.
Vicky, can you put it on mute? And then whenever they do talk, they are on mute forever.
I know.
How are you doing? How do you think last week's show went?
It was a slight shit show. In the best way possible.
Agreed.
I always wake up with a little headache, I would say, the next day. The three of us on the screen have like a group text, and I'm just like unresponsive the next day, other than like Sims TV always gets me.
Well, you know, the best way to sum up last week is with this comment right here.
Oh yeah, that 6.5-year-old girl.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, all I remember from last week's show was Nate's giant shoulders holding up my green screen, and it almost turned into Nate TV, which I love. There was a moment where I went to the restroom, and I was like, "Is there like a?" I could have just walked out the front door. I could have just got in the car and drove back to LA and just left everything there. That would have been great.
He was thriving. He was in his element, I would say.
He looked good. What did D-Nap say that we looked like the Jersey Shore?
Oh, yes, you did. Well, I mean, I would say that Nate was really holding that down, but he's done.
Well, I mean, maybe I got Ronnie. Ronnie.
Yeah. Oh, no. You know, somewhere.
What was Hurley from Lost in Jersey Shore? Is that
you're like
great?
You're like the Myrtle Beach Shore, or you know the Ocean City Shore.
They're making fun of Dylan and he's not even here.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, the other thing we kept saying to Nathan that I kept saying was just that I wanted to stay out of the hospital. To stay out of the hospital. But he does the work. He puts in
he does the work. He does the work. Listen, I got there last week, and Nate immediately gave me a lecture on my weight, which I appreciate and I love. And then I ate like shit and drank like a fish for 3 days, and then drove home and almost died.
Probably.
Yeah, but then he worked it all off this week. I'm just back to here, sitting in the fart chair, drinking my White Claw, my rip-off White Claw.
I know. I mean, I think he's probably. How do you think he is as like a personal trainer?
Nate is a personal trainer. I bet he's fantastic. I met a guy at his pool, Christian, who is Nate's training him. And this guy's like a beanpole. I bet I go back there in 6 months. This guy's ripped out of his mind. I'm serious.
Shout out to Christian in Scottsdale.
Shout out to Christian in Scottsdale.
At the Oak Tree Apartments or wherever he lives.
We got to check out the comments real quick. You look skinnier this week. It's because I shaved my beard down. It was all done out of love. I know it was all done out of love, Nate. I love you. That's why I went and hung out with you as well. I'll be back there in 5 months and 2 weeks.
It's a little bit of a wake-up call, right? But, here we are. Back to our ways.
6 months, dude, will be in the hospital. Yeah, probably. It's just good to know that I will actually be admitted to a Scottsdale hospital when I am admitted. Are you doing anything this weekend for Labor Day?
The only thing I'm doing is a small 15-person wedding tomorrow. So my friend Amanda's getting married. Mazel. She had to put it off for had two different dates, and now they're doing it in their backyard, and everyone's gonna wear a mask. And so I'm like, finally we can like wear a dress, and I don't know. That's the only thing I'm doing. So what are you doing?
We're looking at it.
Kicking it off.
Yeah.
Drinking in your drum room.
It's it. Drinking in the drum room. I got to do a little bit of work this weekend. You know me. I'm a full-time person now, and getting those PTO days to drive home from Scottsdale.
I mean, maybe we should just go crash the beach week with the.
We could. Let's check in on that beach week. How's it going down there, Mike?
Still driving.
Are you at a red light? Looks like you're at a red light.
No, I got cars on my ass. They won't get off my ass.
What are you driving?
My big ass truck.
Well.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Should I go to the comments?
Oh God.
I mean, they're due for a shave if you're asking me, but I'm not going to do that on air. Dave's giving the rundown. Well, yeah. See, we were social distancing.
What is? I don't even know what everyone's talking about.
They want me to wax my genitals.
Oh, okay. But I didn't even know that was on the table. So, okay.
Ever since that fundraising episode last season, everything's on the table, apparently. Wait, hold on.
Oh, that's a good one.
There it is. Yeah, Dave spends $100.
Match that pitch.
All right, well, we should get to our guest because we want to chat with him. And since driving Mike's busy driving, we're going to put you back on mute, driving Mike. Drive safe. If you get pulled over, we're coming back quickly. Drive safe. We'll see you in a minute. We're going to get to our guest. Our guest tonight, it's one of those guests where I'm just like, I had to ask, how do I even know you? And I know him through this amazing group of friends that I've made over the last 13 years in LA. This guy is not just a former child star. He is an adventurist. And I mean, to the point where my mind is completely blown. Like, I don't want to waste any more time. With no further ado, our good friend from here in Los Angeles, he's right up the road in Sherman Oaks. He's going to get 120 degrees this weekend. Mike Choi.
What's going on, guys? How many drinks am I behind right now? Because I feel like I need to catch up.
Are we off the rails already? Is this where
Nate's going to be a tough act to follow? I will say that. I saw a bit of that and that bear head on Dylan, and I mean, geez, the mac and cheese. So yeah, guys, I wow, yeah. I'm glad you see how we can do.
I'm glad you tuned in and did your homework. Thanks so much for being here, man. You actually have you were like sprucing up before we got on, but you have the best looking background.
No, not at all. It's so funny because like even
putting on full screen. Look at that. That's great. That's like Seinfeld's apartment.
Yeah, that's nice.
The appearances are deceiving, but it's to this day. I don't know. Do you guys? I mean, even after like 3 to 4 months of constant Zoom meetings, I still have a problem between looking at the camera and then looking at the screen when I'm talking. So it's like you guys are experts already. It's like you guys are very.
No. Oh, do we look at the screen and are we looking at the?
No, it looks like you guys are like. Like I always feel like when I see myself, I'm looking down this way while I'm talking on like a call. But
I'm so vain. I have to like close the. I have this fan that I'm going to use at the wedding tomorrow, so I just keep. I
got this fan that I'm going to use at the wedding tomorrow.
So anyway, but I have to like turn off my self view because I just I'll just look at myself the whole time, which is just not good for a meeting. So sometimes I'll turn off the self view so I can be really engaged. These trolls in the comments, I have to turn them off when I'm on here, so I don't have to like.
Well,
I've still not figured it out. So
Travis says it looks like you're looking at us, so don't worry. You're good. You're in good company. Travis would not steer you wrong.
He is a post supervisor. He knows his shit.
He knows his shit. And speaking of people that know child actors, was Mike a child? The Ang.
I don't even know what that means, but I know it's from Nate. I didn't even have to know who wrote that, but I knew it was from Nate.
Here's another one from Nate. Just curious, is Kara wearing pants?
Never. I'm wearing the most unattractive pants right now. They're like
Colt 45.
Very. They're like linen blend, like bloomer shorts. Like they're just so blousy and ugly.
Okay,
just letting everyone know.
You just made his fantasy. All right, here we go. I'm gonna one up your Colt 45 with a Vista Bay.
Wow! Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Mine's
and
nice
there you go.
Wine.
A nice red wine.
Lighthouse
with the stopper. I like that. That's classy. That's classy.
She's a classy lady. I'll tell you what. Mike, did you know that Kara was in my wedding on my side?
I did not.
Yeah, that's how much respect I have for her. I put her in the wedding because I needed to keep these lunatics in control, and she did.
I'm both. I'm a little classy and a little unclassy, so I think I fit the bill on both sides. Enough to like get the invite to the bachelor party in Vegas.
So you were like Julia Roberts in My Best Friend's Wedding. Then you were trying to break Steve up from his wedding.
Absolutely,
in essence. Okay.
Still trying to do it. On the show,
okay. Got it.
No, I was just trying to get with Hot Rob, Cop Rob, and then he like got married off, and it was a real bummer.
Yeah, it was. We got engaged. Kara, you want to be a part of the wedding? There's Hot Rob in it. Yes. Is he still single?
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Here's a comment. I missed that one earlier.
I searched high and low for this.
Malt liquor, is that?
Which I didn't know. Did you guys even know? I guess malt liquor is basically just a higher concentration of alcohol for beer, but I always thought it was like a liqueur.
Me too.
No, it's just beer with a higher alcohol content. So, but yeah, I had to search high and low for this.
Wow.
The Billy D. Williams sales pitch did not, I guess, carry very far in California.
It's funny that you were like, and did you just get one or did you get a 6-pack?
I had to get a 6-pack. So I don't know if you can even find it in a store. I got it off of, it wasn't Drizzy or Drizzle or whatever, but it was a comparable alcohol delivery service. So,
well, while we're on alcohol, let's check in to see what our driver's drinking. Mike, what do you got there? You got
the handle.
Water. I got a jug of water.
You don't have a bottle of glass? Oh, look at that water. Staying hydrated.
Right.
Mike, Choi, are you curious at all what driving Mike's going to do when he gets to the beach?
I mean, I was like stunned when, before we started the show, when I asked what beach, I was assuming he was out in LA, and then he goes Pittsburgh. So that was pretty amazing just in and of itself. So yeah, I have no idea what's in store for driving Mike.
The beautiful banks of the Monongahela.
The muddy banks of the Ohio.
Oh yeah, the Ohio River.
So wait, you're going to where are you going? Ocracoke Island? Where'd you say you're going?
Kill Devil Hills and Outer Banks.
Oh, okay. I was close.
Kill Devil Hills and Outer Banks. Okay.
And Nate wants to know. Nate will give $29 if you drive without pants.
Why do you want to see everyone pantsless?
I have no idea.
We don't look as good as you do without pants. We don't want to see our asses without pants. Okay.
Driving down to break into Sandcastle.
My God, I've been to Sandcastle.
Oh, we have been to Sandcastle. Well, Mike, I'm gonna put you on mute, but we're glad you're here.
Sounds harder though, but
it sounds better, but I really want him to focus on that driving. I would really have
flares are
really
beautiful.
Bad.
Those lens flares are beautiful. You're very J.J. Abrams right now.
It's like I feel like I'm in the movie Drive.
I was trying to get him to make the lens flares go away, so I'm glad.
Guys, I've worked on a lot of TV in my career, and by far the production value on this show is like top notch.
Thank you. Although when we did have our pre-interview, you said one of the kindest things anyone's told me, and I'm not kidding. You said, I'm glad you have more production value now, but I really love the shit value of it. No. That's
not the exact words I used.
That's not the words you said.
You mean
but
when Drew was there? Like,
no, I mean like we would hold up like brackets and stuff.
I think that's phenomenal. Like, okay,
that's what I mean. Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
It's very too Fernsey, which I think is amazing. I think that's for my comedy sensibility, that's high praise. So
and now with that said, Mike. Now's the time we bring out Nathan. Come on out, Nate.
Still in Scottsdale, 8 weeks later.
Still in Scottsdale. Nate
it was
came
green
back
screen the whole time.
Yeah.
Green screen. So, Mike, why don't you let us? A lot of people on the feed know you. Some don't know you. What do you do? What do you do here in Hollywood?
I have climbed my way to the top of middle management in post-production. So my dreams were fulfilled when I moved out to LA for sure. But no, I work in post-production and have been stuck in post-production pretty much since I've moved out here. But I mean, all things considered, with everything that's going on in the world, I have no complaints. So overall, as much as I bitch about my job, most of the time, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. So.
All right, now let's bring out Mike's boss. Here she is.
Vicky
on the Zoom call. Well, it's great because, I said earlier before you came on, I wasn't sure how we knew each other, but I knew we knew each other through a group of friends that I lived with and that I've been very close to me. I mean, pretty much everyone besides Kara and my wedding are all the guys that I know you through, Jeremy and Dylan and Myron and Travis and those guys. And I've always been so fascinated because when we were doing Sims TV about 3 or 4 years ago, you came to me about hosting some type of show that you were pitching. And I was able to find out at that point that you were really into travel, and not just travel, but eating weird shit. And like, this is coming from the guy that can live off of Arby's roast beef sandwiches. But you sent me a list of like your top 20 weirdest, craziest things you've eaten, and my mind is blown. And we're gonna get to it later. But I want to tease. What do you have? You showed us something in the green room earlier. What do you have right now?
Ever since I've been a little kid, I've had a fascination with bugs, and in the last few years, it's been eating bugs. So I have some scorpions. Would you call it a fetish? No. I mean, here's the thing. In most of the world, bugs are a pretty high protein mass food source. So I think, in this country, it's kind of obviously hasn't caught on. But I think, Carrie, you were, when we went to the Typhoon, however many years back, we had an outing to eat some bugs at a restaurant. So Mike
started a weird food. Well, I don't remember what it was called. Extreme
Food Club. We maybe went 3 places, but yeah.
It was fun. And so we ate. Yeah, we went to this whatever that place was near the airport.
Yeah, Typhoon. I don't think it's open anymore, but Typhoon.
Well,
Yeah.
Jeremy wants you to eat the whole pack right now.
That's what I said. But you got to donate to something. Someone's got to donate somewhere.
And
That's a lot of scorpions, man.
He wants to know the question that's been weighing on all of us. Did Mike get laid at the compound?
No, did not.
Neither did Nate, so it's okay. He lives there.
No, I think we were talking about this before, but Dylan is definitely is my Kevin Bacon to all you guys, and through Dylan was how I met. Yeah. So that's how I met Dave. That's how I met Myron. That's how I met you guys. So I think one of the first interactions I had with the group as a whole was, as we kind of talked about, I think it was one of the last parties you guys had at the compound. It was kind of like this is the finale of the compound gathering. And so I think that was one of my first indoctrinations to the group. And Jesus, you guys have surpassed expectations ever since.
It's good you didn't meet us the 2 years prior, because we probably wouldn't be conversing right now, because we were a wild group. So you guys were in. I want to get to the crazy foods in a minute, but you said a second ago that since you were a little kid, you've been into bugs, and goddamn, we have a video of you. And I don't know if you want to set this up or if I should just show it. Then we'll come back and talk to it. But everyone needs to know, and you saw it in the promo. Not only that he's a travel guru, he's a post-production genius. He eats the craziest shit on the planet, including bugs and what other stuff we're going to get to. But he also was a child star. And now you can argue with me, Mike, and say you weren't a child star. But you were in a show that we cannot show tonight. I chose not to show it because of legality reasons.
Yeah.
I'll let you mention the name if you want to. When you were older, when you got to LA, and it's a pretty popular show. Yeah.
And it was Reba on the WB, then CW. I'm not sure what entity it is currently, but
Reba.
Yes, and you guys saw it, so I saw it. Yeah, so you can see why it got cut. You can definitely see why it got cut from the episode. So
you were good.
Well, you know what's funny? Okay, so obviously in this socially correct climate that we're in, I thought for whatever reason, and this is like genuine. I thought for whatever I play a tax agent, and so I thought a tax agent, that would be like a really Asian guy. So I'm going to do like an Asian accent. Mind you, as strange as this sounds, I cannot do an Asian accent. And so it sounded like the biggest caricature of all time. I'm sure, as you guys could probably attest to.
I thought they made you do the accent.
No, because that would be a lawsuit and I would be really rich right now. So no, that was my choice. That was my choice.
Like, damn, they really.
Did the director say at any point, like, "Hey, Mike, no accent"?
No. Well, I think it was pretty clear when they said, maybe they didn't say no accent, but they said no part in this episode. So
been there.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it's funny, like when you look back on different things in your life and you're like, oh, that seems so clear and so like, these things that like, oh yeah, I totally realize why I did that. And then you look at it sometime down the road, you're like, God, you were a bonehead, man. You were just an absolute bonehead. Look at that driving shot.
Hold on. Mike's traveling into heaven.
That's cinematic. That's cinematic.
Right?
No, he's I can't unmute him for some reason, but look at that graduation tassel. He's really proud.
No, that's like an air freshener. That's not.
That's an air freshener.
Oh, you got your Panama Jack hat.
Got the Panama Jack beach hat. No, I think he's like. He's either leaving Pittsburgh or he's over in like mid Pennsylvania.
This is literally Drive. These are like the B-roll from like Drive. This is amazing.
Yeah, this is great, man. This is a good thing I own all this footage. So sorry to cut you off, Mike. So did you? I have a question. Did you move to LA to be an actor from Chicago?
No. That ended really quickly. That ended pretty much after that after school special. So my acting career definitely probably peaked at age 10.
So how'd you get the Reba gig?
Because I actually worked on the show. So I was a PA on the show. That was one of the first things I worked at when I moved out here. So
on that
it just one of the things that kind of fortuitously came into my lap and fortuitously like went away as well. So no. I moved out here with visions of getting into show business, and as we've already discussed, that got me as far as being mid-management and post-production. So
have you seen this? That's a vision of show business right there.
So at my work, we go around the room like for various meetings, and they're like, "What's the weirdest job you've ever had?" And some of mine are like, I used to, when I was unemployed, I would just go get paid to sit in audiences and clap, and then they just move us around in different areas of the audience for like 3 more like shows. And then you'd stand in a line and they just give you like a wad of cash after. Like it would be like the doctors and like singing.
You have to win that game, right? Like it worked. You win the game.
I don't know if you win the game, but I was just like,
that's a good story though.
Strangest thing. It's like I don't want anything to do with that business, but I'm like, hey, you could earn, $100.
No, yeah, it's money. It's cash. So,
well,
sure.
It was weird.
Well, speaking of the business, let's get to the first clip we have. Mike, you want to set this up or should we go into it?
I mean, basically, this was an after-school special. I was 10 years old. It was about recycling. Still obviously pretty prescient today. Yeah, and it was the Stranger Things before Stranger Things, kind of crazily, because it was about a group of kids that form a team to kind of figure out this bigger picture that involves monsters and time travel and so forth. So yeah, that's the storyline. It's about monsters and time travel. So yeah.
Well, here we go. This is our first clip. It runs about 2.5 minutes. This is my man Mike Choi and a Chicago original.
What's it called?
The Rock That Glowed.
Very specific.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. The Rock That Glowed. Right here on Sims TV.
I'm telling you, Michael, it's the weirdest thing you ever saw.
Don't be ridiculous. Nobody's lived in that place for centuries.
Shh. Well, there's someone there now, and he's got Amy's rock.
And a refrigerator that eats garbage. Sure.
It's true, Michael.
Sure. Let me get this straight. You're telling me that a weird guy who steals rocks puts garbage in his refrigerator, only the refrigerator eats the garbage, lives in this deserted house and has a mysterious rock that glows? Is that it?
Yep, that's about the size of it.
Mike, I didn't see a light in that house for the night. I just figured it was some dumb kids or somebody like that.
Maybe there is something to this. Has anyone else seen anything weird at the Jetsons' house?
I saw a guy that looked like a alligator go in there.
Thanks, Reba. You're always a big help.
Will you help us then?
You want me to help you get your rock back?
Right.
From a deserted house?
Right, only it's not deserted.
Right. The guy who lives there looks like an alligator.
Shh. We didn't say that. Larva said that.
Oh, no. Let me think. Sounds like we might need some equipment. Just look out for some manpower, too. And a plan. Tell you what. You guys meet me about an hour after school at the playground, okay?
Thanks, Michael.
Right.
So good.
And as you can see, I didn't act very much again afterwards.
It was so good. I'm I didn't know that you were like the star. You're like the one.
No, I'm not. I am maybe third build at best. I'm third build. Yeah.
Let's go to the comments. Comments. All right. Jeremy says he smells a lawsuit. Annie loves a good clip. And Travis says, I can't tell if he's Asian or not. The accent isn't right.
Travis, did you see the Reba clip?
What fucking class is this supposed to be?
It's a library, okay?
The blonde kid is on Chicago. Fire now. What Choi would have.
Yeah, I'm with Jeremy. I'm kind of like.
I agree.
Her beef tank is.
And Sarah Clayton says you're the group ringleader.
No. I am no. It was it was
the group for you are Mike, but like the Mike of Stranger Things.
Well, they were very creative by naming me Mike. It was a lot of creative juices flowing. But what should we name this character? Let's name him Mike.
So. You kind of were, though, the ringleader because we got this other clip that not the ringleader, but I got another clip that shows you in full fatigue. Should we just show that right now?
Let's get it over with.
I did get my notebook out before it was too late, but I loved the styling. What year was this? Because actually,
it was late 90s, or I'm sorry, not late 80s. And I will say thank you very much, Kara, because I will say we had to supply our own wardrobe. So I remember going with my mom to Sears to pick out all the best outfits to wear for this movie. So
then hold on to your hats, folks, because this next outfit's gonna blow you away. Here we go. The second clip from The Rock That Glowed.
By Sears.
Third billing, Mike Choi.
Are you sure this is what we had in mind? Michael knows what he's doing. He told me he's seen every episode of The A-Team at least twice, and his father's a policeman. Boy, I'm impressed. Maybe just blow up the whole place to get your stupid old rock. I don't see what's so important about your rock anyway. It's not just the rock pile. This is a mystery, and maybe Michael can help us solve it.
Private larva, front and center, now. All right, men. You look pretty pathetic, like I've said. What you'll have to do, now listen up. The plan is to implement infiltration on the Johnson residence through a coordinated special forces tactics. Got that? No!
That's not crazy or what?
I don't know. Okay, now as I understand it, the suspect may be living in that house. Our object is to enter that house while he is not present and search for stolen goods. Larva, you're good at climbing, so you'll be assigned one radio to keep watch at the front.
What?
The front of the house, dummy. You'll be stationed in the big tree across the street, and you're supposed to make sure that no one gets in while we're exploring.
Okie dokie.
You take one radio and station yourself down to the recycling plant, where the suspect has been seen to be spending time. Your job will be to radio us once you see him leave the plant and head for home. Roger, Chief! Bradley, you cover the back and make sure that no one gets in that way.
10-4. 10-4? No one says 10-4. Where do you get these people?
The three of us will make up the entry force. I have the necessary equipment to gain entry. You have all been issued your supplies. Are there any questions?
Me, I get one tourist on my day.
Yeah, it looks like we're in good shape. 6 o'clock on the dot.
That was good.
Yeah.
Oh, See, you're the head bitch.
I got a couple things. I got a couple comments here. The comment of the night probably is this one. Followed by this one.
The name is Larva.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was, yeah. I mean,
Annie wanted to know about the audition process.
it is about recycling. The audition process was basically, I think I was a product of affirmative action, probably, as you can tell from my acting.
Oh,
I think
you're better acting than everyone else.
I think no, this came about, and my mom, I think, found it in a newspaper. People used to find things in newspapers back in the day, and at that time, I kind of, had thought of, as probably a lot of little kids, like, oh, I could be the next Macaulay Culkin or Gary Coleman, all these iconic people in life, right? So so we auditioned, and I recall, I remember from the audition that I thought I did horrible. But again, I think even back then it was like this ethnic inclusion. So I honestly, I think it was definitely like, hey, let's get some people of color into this because everybody else was like pretty white. So, but yeah, it was.
And so then I also want to know where this actually went. Was it put out to public television?
Yeah, so this was PBS in Chicago, and it actually was part of not that it shouldn't be still even to this day, but this idea that recycling is very important. And so it actually got circulated into all the middle schools and grade schools, in terms of part of their curriculum for a 2-year period. So
were you the cool kid on campus?
Yeah, I was gonna say that didn't get you in high school or something.
No. I think that was very much a case of where it was you did that thing with a guy, because I don't know if we're gonna show that clip, but there is literally a guy who is an alligator man from the future that is this thing where
we can't show that clip because in the next bit you eat the alligator man.
Exactly. So no, there was no street cred that I gained from being a part of this by any means.
Well, I find it's really fascinating because I mean myself, who's done acting as well professionally, no one ever came into Greensburg, Pennsylvania and was looking for me to be in the PBS show. So kudos to you, man. For doing. How old were you when you did that?
I was 10, and the funny thing, I don't know if you guys noticed from that, from any of those clips, but I grew really big young, so I was afraid that I was going to be 7 feet tall and 300 pounds. So I was the biggest kid for a 10-year-old kid, and I genuinely remember that oh my god, I'm going to be this massive 8 foot 300 pound guy when I'm an adult. But thankfully
he's yelling at a toddler or something.
Yeah, but thankfully come 8th grade freshman year of high school, I stopped growing completely and I am what I am now. But basically the size that I am now as an adult, I was 10 years old.
That's how I was round. Anyway, let's check in with Driving Mike real quick. Let's see what he's up to. Driving Mike, can you unmute yourself for a minute? There he goes.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm 20 miles from Breezewood.
Oh,
nice.
Are you gonna? You have to. Okay, so for anyone, and we've said this before, for anyone from the show who's not from Pennsylvania, you don't know what Breezewood is probably, and we make the jokes about Breezewood all the time. You got to stop in Breezewood and give us a tour.
You want a tour of Breezewood?
Well, you got to gas up.
Want a whole tour of Breezewood?
Some Dairy Queen.
Yeah, you got to get some Dairy Queen. We get some Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
I know there's an Arby's in Breezewood.
It's 10:45. I don't even know.
Whoa. Wait, so are all you guys, because to my knowledge from knowing all you guys,
moved right on. He's like, oh, bye. Anyway.
Are all you guys, you guys are East Coasters and predominantly like Pittsburgh, Maryland-ish area, right? West Virginia, right?
Yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh originally. Kara's from Martinsville, West Virginia, Martinburg. Mike and I Mike's originally Texas, but we went to college together.
Okay.
So, but he lives in Pittsburgh now with his family.
Did you guys know? In general, did a lot of people know each other before moving out to LA, or it's all LA that everyone met each other?
It's that Kevin Bacon guy, Dylan.
Okay.
I met Dylan on a commercial in Pittsburgh, and when I moved out to LA, I didn't know anyone, so I looked him up. And because this was back in the day when you looked people up, and I found him and we hung out, and then I met Kara about a year later, and through Dylan and Travis, and just kind of.
Dylan's gotten me into trouble ever since I've known that kid. So I mean,
Dylan's a wild man. He used to be the baddest of the bad boys. Self-proclaimed and a playboy, but we love him. God, do we love him? All right, let's get to our bracket. Mike, I'm gonna mute you because that clicking noise is back. We got a bracket. We do these brackets, and Mike, we were talking about these the other day, and I was telling you, we've come across this thing where we do like these March Madness style brackets, and I actually don't have a physical bracket here, but I'm gonna try to. I guess
we don't got a prop.
Well, I see. Driving Mike has been doing the brackets, but I didn't realize he was driving to Ocracoke Island tonight. So I will draw one right now.
No, this is what I love. No, this is exactly what I wanted. So this is perfect. This is perfect.
Draw it up. Well, don't you have everything in order? Do you have the pictures in order?
Yeah, I have it all prepped, but I don't.
Do you want me to do the bracketeering?
No, I got it.
Okay. Annie wants to know how Mike Choi knows Sims, and I think it's through the compound, I would say.
Yeah, it's again, Dylan is my Kevin Bacon to this group. So and let me just say, you guys, from the literal millisecond that I met you guys, everyone to a person has been the coolest people. It's like this thing where a lot of times you meet people and you're like, some of those guys, I don't know, even Nate, amazing. From the second I met Nate, dude, these guys are really cool. They're down to earth. They're grounded. So from the very first moment that I met everyone in this group, I was like, oh, these are very cool, down to earth people. And it was it was always cool.
Speaking of Nate.
Oh, I remember always such a Shakespearean soul,
Wait, they want you to eat a scorpion. Eat a scorpion.
I mean, okay, I will open up one scorpion just and to put a not that I want to advertise, but I got all these bugs from a company called Ento Market. It's this East Coast company, and they sell bugs for really cheap. So I will do this for Jeremy. So here we go. This is a dried scorpion.
Oh my god! No hot sauce or anything?
No, I'll just eat it straight. Because I mean, here's the thing I found about eating weird things. They're so either seasoned or sauced from whatever they're in that's what you're really tasting. You're not really tasting the actual thing. You're tasting the seasoning or the sauce that it's in. So I mean, this once again, I think this is lightly salted. So it's pretty much just going to taste like eating salt. So I'm like, this is not a thing.
Great. No big deal. So you should.
There it is. Going in. Oh, God.
That crunch.
Like a frog.
Wow.
And again, it just tastes like I put a thing of salt in my mouth because it's, again, I find the weirder the thing it's that much more sauced or spiced. And that's what you're predominantly tasting.
Sims, we should
that's
have
great.
A weird food roundtable where we could just order. That was a weird. Driving.
Let's get into this bracket because the foods on here are fucking wild. And I'm probably going to pronounce most of them wrong, but here's what we did. Mike sent over about 20 different items that he's eaten, and we're calling this the craziest bracket Mike Choi has ever eaten. And here's what we're going to do. It's not going to be about a food that you would eat. It's going to be about what you think is the craziest thing he's eaten. So,
can I do a caveat really quick though?
Absolutely.
I am not just so it's on the record. I am not like this is not a fear factor thing for me. I'm not just about eating the most disgusting thing I can find. I'm about like, I mean, again, I do like trying weird things, but I'm genuinely about like, hey, I'm hoping these things taste good. So, it's not like just
heard a lot about him or something like that.
Yeah, so it's not like, hey, I'm trying to disgust you. I'm trying to disgust the person who's with me. It's literally like, hey, I'm hoping that these things kind of taste cool. So
I'm glad that you said that because there is an item on here, and we'll get to it in a minute. But it's cricket tacos, and it's like if you like crickets, why not put them in a taco, right? I mean, I like French fries, and I put them in a burrito.
Well, is Dylan on? I don't know because I've kind of jumping back and forth
he's
between.
On. Yeah, he's
so
on.
Actually, Dylan was with me when we did these tacos. So actually, Dylan strangely has been on a lot of these adventures that I've been a part of. So he's strangely been involved in a lot of these things. But no, Dylan. When we it was I'm gonna butcher the name, but it's Guizilateca. It's a pretty famous Oaxacan specialty restaurant that's it's Latin, but it's actually located in Koreatown. But he was actually with me when we did these cricket tacos. So
we're gonna get to that in a minute. Let's get on with the show here. All right, the first one. I don't even know if I know how to pronounce any of these. Balut.
Yeah.
What is this?
So it's a Filipino delicacy.
Is it like that? Yeah, it's like.
And it's basically it's fertilized chicken embryos that are allowed to grow to a certain point before they become fermented, and then it's served to the public. So it's I always think of Myron when I think of Balut.
You're really leaving those up there, aren't you?
But I will say,
I wanted everyone to know. Like, look at these things. It looks like a little.
It's literally like it's I don't want to be non-PC, but it's literally like a chicken abortion.
Yeah.
There we go. It looks like a half-fertilized duck. I agree with that, Travis.
It's 100% what it is.
So wait, what's the debate? Is it like whether he ate it or?
No, it's what is out of these 16 things, what do you think the craziest is? So what's crazier, this or live octopus?
Oh, I was there for this.
Kara was there for that for sure. That's why I sinned. That's why when we were talking about, I thought you were in that group because it was definitely like the compound group that we went to.
We'll get to this later, but I'm pretty sure I went with you to this one, the KFC donut chicken fried sandwich.
That was actually the most unpalatable thing I ate on the list, if you can believe it.
Sounds great. All right, so what would you guys rather have? Would you rather have the Balut, if I'm saying that right, or the live octopus? Kara, you got to help me count the comments. And
Kara was there. Kara was there.
Sure, yeah.
I think everyone's saying, well, no, not what you would rather have. What's crazier?
What's crazier is definitely.
Who gives a shit what you would have? Go eat it yourself. The octopus was insane. Octopus was insane, Dylan. I believe it, but look at this.
Oh,
it's like a fetus.
That's nasty.
It is a fetus. It's not like a fetus. It is a fetus. Yeah.
Crunchy. Do you eat it with a spoon? Like.
No, so you eat it like a boiled egg, and I will say I don't have a gag reflex. I'm setting myself for a joke right now, but I don't have a gag reflex for most things I eat. But that was the one thing in my life that I was like, I think I might throw up after eating this. So
that would be the one I would choose.
Yeah,
that's what's moving on. Everyone.
But Kara, as you know, and Dylan, and I think I think Dave was there. I think Jeremy was there when we did the octopus. The craziest thing about the octopus was that it was still what they do is basically they bring out the octopus and they show you it on the tray, and then what they do is immediately they chop it up right after they show you it.
Yeah,
and so it's still moving and wriggling. And the craziest thing when you eat the octopus is that the tentacles are still firing. So when it's in your mouth, if you're not chewing it, it's actually still suctioning
your teeth
to the insides of your mouth.
Like it suctioned to Jeremy's tooth. Like it was just like hanging off of his tooth.
Ripped his tooth right off.
But but in and of itself, in terms of flavor, in terms of taste, it's tasteless. It's actually what they do is when they bring it out, they give you kind of a several dipping sauces, and so it actually what you're tasting is more so the dipping sauces than the actual. It's the octopus itself is tasteless, but it's just the idea that it was alive like literally 10 seconds beforehand.
Right.
That's nuts. And we've also had a dipping sauce bracket here, which you wouldn't be a fan of because they, I get it. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about these cricket tacos. Those actually look pretty good.
No, oh my God, that is very tame. As Dylan will attest to,
next to it.
Yeah, as Dylan will attest to, it's big, black, giant crickets. Like just literally that in itself wrapped in a tortilla. That's
not my jam. No,
there's no accoutrements like you see in there. It's literally a tortilla and like 20 black large crickets that are staring at you. And again, I don't know if is Dylan like I know I can't see if he's on right now.
No, he's commenting. Here he goes. A very fascinating comment.
Yeah, he'll attest. Like it's kind of like when you look at it, you're like. Even for me, I remember when we were at the restaurant, I'm kind of like, wow, these are bigger than I thought they would be.
How big are they?
I mean, again, oh man, I wish I would have prepped for this before and I could have sent you a picture, but it's like the picture that you just showed, at least twice as big, and it's the full cricket and there's no sauce or anything. So you see the cricket for sure, the legs and everything. So that looks tame compared to what we had. But
we have the untamed cricket tacos versus, and this might be these all might be wrong photos, but Rattlesnake.
Yeah. So actually, Nate, if you're still on, when I had Rattlesnake, it was actually in Phoenix. It was actually not. Relatively speaking, not too long ago, it was about 4 months ago. I was in spring training before, the whole quarantine thing exploded. But Rustler's Roost, Nate, it's this honky tonk cowboy bar where their specialty is serving rattlesnake on a plate. So, man, I wish I would have. I should have sent you all these pictures prior, but
that's all right. Listen, we got season 3 coming up.
Yeah. So Rustler's Roost,
where you eat this stuff.
Yeah, but
so is that what it looks like though, or is it like fried? Or I mean
that's what it looks like. But imagine on top of that, they didn't debone it, so it's still like all the spiny bones, that are still attached to it. But Rustler's Roost in Phoenix, Arizona.
I would say crickets.
All right, I'm saying crickets too.
I mean, that picture looks okay, but I don't love crickets. Like I don't.
Well, it's all the crickets, like it's like crickets being like black beans stuffed into your burrito.
Yeah,
I don't want to deal with that. Like,
well, I mean, I was just saying, if Dylan, if you're on, like, do you recall, like, did you enjoy that? Did you, hate it? Did you think
he had tested to what you said?
Yeah, I mean, again, like the crickets were, I think the biggest thing that I found with a lot of these things, it's the mental aspect. Because again, like I kind of said before, like it's like. These things are so spiced or seasoned that you're never really tasting that thing. So it's really like getting past the mental aspect of whatever that item is. So from my recollection of when we had those cricket tacos, it didn't ultimately, other than once we kind of started digging in, I was like, oh, this is fine. This is totally cool.
All right, so crickets are the more disgusting one.
I'm thinking crickets for sure. And Dylan says that right there. Crickets. For sure. There we go. I would eat multiple rattlesnakes, says Jeremy Tig. Dylan says they suck. Cricket says Vince. All right, let's move on. Next we got this is a good one. And you said shots. So I just thought it was like a worm in a tequila type thing, but scorpion shots.
Yeah, so that's exactly what it would look like. And as I don't know if people saw, but like as I did like about 5 minutes ago, it's basically that dried, salted scorpion that they put in shots. So yeah, there's a place in Vegas called Nacho Daddy that does it. I first did it in a bar in Milwaukee, but you'll every night, if you look hard enough, there's bars that do these scorpion shots. But again, like it's like it basically tastes like a tablespoon of salt.
All right. Well, I don't know how accurate this next photo is, but you actually ate alligator.
Ah!
That was yeah. So, no, that is not accurate at all.
Oh
But,
God!
it was in New Orleans, and
I mean Alligator.
yeah, and again, as Kara could probably attest to, once again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but again, it's so breaded, it's so deep fried, it's so sauced that like what you're tasting is the sauce and deep friedness of it, and not the actual meat. So,
well, that's why people always say it tastes like chicken because it's,
it was like
it's all covered in shit. Yeah,
exactly. So,
how was your alligator experience? Was it in sauce or no?
Yeah, so mine was
no, Mike.
For me, yeah, it was very much it was deep fried in a batter. So again, like had you not, so for the alligator, had you not told me it was alligator, I mean, yeah, I couldn't have told you if it was chicken, I couldn't have told you if it was pork. So it's like, again.
And Kara, how was yours besides wrapped in a lettuce wrap?
Lettuce wrap. Mine was I was in Picayune, Mississippi, and I was like on the way driving back from LA, moving back from LA. And we stopped. I like got over like 3 lanes on the highway because I was like, I want to eat gator. And my sister was like super hungover after New Orleans. And we go to this like, shack on the side of the road. And there was this super creepy like gator,
Gator
guy. And he was like, and I was standing there looking at the pictures, and he just like comes to the back of me and touches like the middle of my back. And he's like, this is where we get the gator meat. And I was like, we got to get the fuck out of Mississippi. And so but it was delicious, and they gave it to us on the house. So just take a little back rub, and I guess you get.
Wait, take a little back rub.
Or whatever was going
shot.
on.
I think it's the scorpion shot, which is crazier here.
Yeah, I would say scorpion shot. Not that
Scorpion shot?
I think I would do both, but
well, because I think too, right? Just the idea, like when you picture a image of a scorpion, it's like, right, like this really fierce looking kind of like insect bug, right? But yeah. So I mean that in itself, but it's like, again, when you do that scorpion shot, wherever you end up doing the scorpion shot, whether it's Nacho Daddy or the place in Milwaukee, or I don't know if any places in LA do it, but it's 100% the mental aspect of the imagery as opposed to what it is you're actually eating or tasting or drinking.
Right.
Well, the viewers are saying scorpion shot, and I'm really excited about this next one because
also, sorry, interjection. Driving Mike looks like he's getting out his easy pass for Breezewood.
Oh, and let's go to the easy pass real quick.
I can see him ramping up for the old.
Are you at Breezewood?
Kangaroo.
I'm getting off the exit. I really have to
Please go to Arby's. Go to Arby's if it's open.
Take us with you in the bathroom.
Take us with you. Take us with you.
There are movies. There are movies that pay millions of dollars for those lens flares. So it's amazing. It's amazing.
Mike, this is Sims TV. We look at it. Look at him in the moment.
Those lens flares are amazing. Cinematic.
It's
cinematic.
Beautiful. We pay big budget to have this. You think that he's just driving down the turnpike? We have a gaffer.
This is all green screen.
Car. Yeah, this is real. It says Christopher Nolan.
Driving Mike is actually in Encino right now, or he's not in Pittsburgh. Like he's in Encino, like doing all this behind a green screen.
No, Christopher Nolan's directing this scene right now. This is exactly what's happening. All right, let's go to the next one. And Mike, hopefully you arrive in Breezewood very soon because I am excited for that Arby's. Sea cucumber, is this right?
We actually, again, Kara, I don't know if you remember it, but this was the second. This was the second course when we had the octopus, and I will say this was worse. This was 100% worse than the octopus because I think even I recall Dylan was very much like, this is like eating a dick. And it is kind of like eating a dick.
You would know.
Yeah, so I mean, but I don't remember that 100%. Like
yeah. And again, I would bury this into the deepest recesses of my memories as well. But
cut it up or like.
So they brought it out in kind of like it was sea cucumbers with like veggies
with a carrot and the broccoli.
Oh, exactly.
No, not like that. So it was basically like covered in like it was almost like hide and seek for the sea cucumbers with like a bunch of veggies. So yeah, and the thing was is like the texture is very gelatinous, and then on top of the gelatinous texture of sea cucumbers, when you bite into it, it retains its salinity. So when you bite into it, it bursts into your mouth. Like Kara, you might know what that sensation is like.
Like a jelly donut, maybe. I get it.
I'm trying to be gentlemanly, but like I can only imagine what like.
Well, speaking of gentlemanly, let's cut over here to Breezewood. I think he's going to Roy Rogers. Where are you going?
I'm just pulling in to the gateway.
Are the kids getting excited? Oh,
there has to be a Taco Bell there.
Hey, driving Mike, how long have you been on the road? Because like for you, it's like 11 o'clock right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell us about packing the car.
Yeah.
It took you all day
packing the car. It got exciting.
Mike's not.
Oh, I like having the sidekick. Honesty.
This is great. All right, take us inside with you.
Let's see how many masks there are in Breezewood, Pennsylvania.
Let's see this mask that you're wearing.
As he's doing this,
what's going on?
For the rest of us who's not from the area, where is Breezewood, generally speaking, from in the Pennsylvania?
So if you live in Western Pennsylvania, you always take Breezewood, or you always take the turnpike east to Breezewood, and then you cut down south to go to all the beach cities.
Okay.
So, like, if you're from Western Pennsylvania,
do they really call it beach cities?
No, I'm just saying that because I'm from LA. But it's no.
Okay.
But like, if you want to go to Virginia Beach, if you want to go to where he's going, Ocracoke Island or wherever the hell it is, I can't remember, Outer Banks or Myrtle Beach or Ocean City. When you get to Breezewood, that's like your first stop outside of Pittsburgh.
That mask is freaking me out.
I love this mask. Mike, we're going to take a quick break from the bracket just to check in on driving Mike.
Yeah.
We got to.
Here's a bottle.
Live on the street.
Live on the street. You could have warned me.
You driving Mike, because if I was working in that 7-Eleven, I would be like, this guy's robbing me for sure.
Dude, I feel like that every time I go into a store with all the masks on.
The lips movie.
Does that make you a juggalo? Is that what that is? Is that like?
I think so. I think he's insane. So where are you going? Show us where you're going.
I'm trying to feed the baby right now. I'm trying to give him his bottle.
Oh, it's a
the baby.
Okay.
All right. Well, then we'll get back to the bracket while you feed the baby.
She's
Your
like,
baby loves you, and that's what's all that matters. All right, we're gonna get back to the bracket. Thank you, driving Mike. This is insane. We were just talking about.
We
were talking about sea cucumber versus, and we haven't even said what it's versus. It's versus Korean barbecue intestines. Is that right?
Okay. Yes. There is and again, this will probably only make sense for people who are in LA, but people who are in LA know that like there is a Koreatown in LA, which is the biggest population of Koreans outside of Korea, and because of that means there's a great, amazing Korean food, and I think in general most people connotate Korean food with Korean barbecue. There is a subset of Korean barbecue restaurants in Koreatown in LA that only does offal, so which is intestines, which is tripe, which is yes, there are Korean barbecues in Koreatown where you can go specifically for barbecued intestines, which again, right? Like that looks not very.
Fine. I would be down with that.
Looks like calamari with a little side of shrimp.
Yeah, and exactly. And I think I think it's the mental aspect that affects most people more so than anything. Because like if I didn't tell you that wasn't if that was intestines, hearts, tripe, or any stomach or anything like that. it's this idea that especially with Korean barbecue, you are so sauced and so flavored and so seasoned that, like, again, you don't know the actual meat that you're eating as opposed to the actual things that are flavoring it.
Yeah.
So
I went on a blind or like a date, like an online date one time, and this guy like tricked me into eating like brain. I didn't know it was brain because it's called sweetbreads. I thought I was gonna get like a cinnamon roll, and I got this like fried what tasted like tofu. Oh, Arby's.
That's awesome.
Wait, stop the presses. Here we are.
That is awesome.
I've been to that Arby's. I've been to the.
Oh, it's closed.
To it.
Break in. You have the mask for it.
Man.
Do you see D naps anywhere, sir?
Sadly I do not.
He couldn't be on tonight.
Damn it.
All right. Well, you did a good job, Mike. We're gonna hide you. We're gonna let you go to the bathroom. When you get back in the car, we'll bring you back. All right. We'll see you in a bit. All right. Let's go back to the bracket. Let's see here. What do we want to do? I'm thinking it's sea cucumber.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, CQ by far is like a very I would not be running to eat that again for sure.
All right. Well, up next is one that we all heard of. Rocky Mountain oysters, and these are fried, and this is kind of what Mike's been saying. If they're fried and sauced, it doesn't matter. So have you had them differently?
No, that's exactly how I had them, and I will say this, like, there's so many jokes that are going to happen from this comment, but like, balls are so creamy and smooth, and like, it's really like when you have... I am not trying to set up a joke by any means, but when you have properly prepared testicles, it's really a sweet, smooth, creamy flavor. Like
you don't have to tell me, honey.
It's like like if you have Rocky Mountain oysters prepared really well, it's actually like really good. I'm not even
well, all right. So we're gonna go Rocky Mountain oysters, which seem like delicious balls, versus this does not seem delicious. You've had lamb head.
Yes. So in San Diego, I'm probably gonna butcher the restaurant, but if you go to San Diego, there's a restaurant called.
Is this how it looks?
Not too far off, actually. Not too far off. The restaurant is called Aki Texcoco. And I am butchering that.
God, but, I know how it's pronounced, and you did butcher it. So
what they do is they take an entire lamb and they do this whole ritual where they bury it under the ground, and so they have this below ground barbecue that is occurring. And then, if you can believe it, for your most honored guests, you are giving them the head of the lamb. And so a part of that is eating the eye, and again,
I'm gonna wait till it goes away till I look again.
The eye is not as edible as you would probably assume.
Yeah, I would assume that it would be not edible.
Yes, but I will say, the eye? Yeah, I ate the eye. It was kind of it was a gelatinous mess.
There was a pop, I've heard.
But very much so. But the cheek meat, I think in general, like if you were to ask anybody chefs or whatever, like actually like the cheek meat of any animal is actually kind of like the most amazing. No, the teeth are all the Travis's. The teeth are all gone, so there was no teeth.
I think it's hands down
but other than the eye, and again, once again, like the brain, I guess, if you will, is again when we talk about like the Rocky Mountain oysters, it's a very smooth, soft kind of flavorful, mushy kind of consistency.
Yeah, I'm gonna go lamb because of the eye. That's the grosser one.
I'm going for the brain. Lamb for the brain.
In the brain.
I think the viewers are going for the lamb as well. It seems like. All right, well, let's move on to our next one. These are insane. I don't know how to pronounce this. Is Tehate?
Tehate. So it's basically
I think looks great.
Yeah. It's basic. It's fermented corn mush.
Oh.
So it's a traditional drink in from Mexico. It's a Oaxacan by nature, and what they literally do is they prepare it right in front of you. So it's I don't know if fresh is the right word, but they muddle it and they mush it. It's basically corn maze. It's basically fermented corn maze that they mush right in front of you. So no, Kara, you nailed it. It basically tastes like as if you're drinking kind of like an alcoholic version of oatmeal.
Yeah.
But it's a traditional drink that they drink for like special occasions.
Okay, all right.
Well, that seems right up Kara's alley.
Yeah, sounds great.
But this next one really confuses me, and I'm going to say it before I show it. It's called the Creepy Crawlers Critters, which I thought was like a game as a kid. Ice cream infused with crickets and mealworms.
Yeah, so this is where it kind of comes into the mainstream, because we're coming upon that time right now. So every Halloween season, Salt and Straw, which is a Portland-based ice cream company, but there are a lot of locations in Los Angeles. I don't know how many locations there are as you kind of go to the Midwest and East Coast, but yeah, this is where, like, again, it's coming to the mainstream, which really surprises me. But Salt and Straw does monthly flavors, and so come like Halloween season, the monthly flavor, the creepy crawlers, it's mealworms and crickets that they infuse in the ice cream. So you can go, if you're LA based, it's literally from a month from now, you can go get this ice cream flavor that has crickets and mealworms infused into the ice cream.
Oh my God. I'll stick with Rocky Road, but thank you.
I like
those two.
Jeremy.
I feel like the Creepy Crawlers is definitely.
I like Jeremy's comment. I'd rather eat lamb scrotum than wet corn.
Jeremy's been on a lot of these. He's been on a lot of these eating adventures with me. So yeah. So sure. Jeremy, he we did a. I mean, it's been a while now, but we actually did this burger festival at the Coliseum where. Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, but in total, we probably ate 10 to 15 hamburgers worth of hamburgers. So
where was my invite for that one?
Okay,
there,
next time it comes up, we'll invite you. But yeah, Jeremy,
wet
we
corn.
we
Vince
ate
saying the wet corn's grosser.
We ate a lot of hamburgers that day.
We do creamed corn for every special holiday, so I feel like I could get through that.
To win it.
I don't know. I'm torn between the ice cream and the corn on this one.
Oh yeah, no, the wet corn is grosser than the ice cream. I mean, ice cream will cover everything. Like
the ice cream again.
It's like for a dog when you put something in peanut butter. Or like
exactly.
Put it in a hot dog, it's like great.
Because again,
wait a minute. You put peanut. What? Sorry. Just went
like when you put a pill or something like peanut butter covers the base.
Now I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, what are you doing with peanut butter and a dog?
I'm not doing anything.
Single, lonely.
What? No.
All right, let's move on to the next one. I think that's definitely wet corn. All right, this is my personal favorite, and this is not disgusting at all. I love every minute of this, and I can't believe I wasn't there for this. The KFC donut chicken sandwich.
I mean, it looks great there.
If you can believe it, it's actually, of the things we've already covered so far, one of the like shittiest things I've eaten, because
I believe it.
Again, like
that could have been on last week's bracket.
Any picture, if it looked like that picture, it would be amazing. But let me tell you, it didn't look like that picture. So it was basically two like soggy, wet donuts that like. Yeah, had I probably gotten that donut that was the buns that were the donuts like right when they came out, it would have been amazing. But you could tell that they were sitting on the warmer for probably at least 2 to 3 hours, and then because of that, the chicken was like really soggy. So yeah, that was actually one of the least edible things that I've eaten in this bracket so far.
I was trying to find like a real picture because I kind of wanted to see.
Well, I think I posted a picture of it, so it actually doesn't look that far off from that promotional picture. But yeah, it was not good. It was not good.
And what is this? A rainbow drop cake? I might not have this one right.
No, that's 100% right. That's 100% right. So I don't know if they're still available, but in LA we have this kind of in downtown we have this like food festival that pops up every Sunday called Smorgasburg, And so what that basically is, and right there, like it looks like a breast implant. It totally looks like you're eating like a breast implant, but it's basically a translucent mochi. And again, as I'm going to sound like a broken record, but like all these things, the thing itself is flavorless. What it takes on is, in this case, the syrup. So basically they kind of put like, ultimately like a maple syrup over it. So that's what you're tasting, because the raindrop cake itself is flavorless. But yeah, I mean, it was the whole time that I ate that, it was like, man, I'm eating like a breast implant.
So,
and you're like,
what would be what's the crazier one? I'm feeling it might be that KFC fried chicken donut.
Well, no, I will say, I mean, because again, like, right, like in whatever permutation that you have it, like fried chicken sandwiches are like all the rage, right? That raindrop cake was crazy, because like there's nothing, again, it was like literally it was literally like eating a raindrop, like a gooey raindrop.
That's cool. I would say that's crazy.
Really cool.
Yeah. So that
nastier, but it's crazier.
It wasn't nasty at all, but just like, and again, the texture itself was like, I think that's one of those things where like you look at that picture and whatever texture that you imagine from that picture, it's literally what the texture is. So it's like whatever you picture from that, that's what you will taste. Yeah. Or not taste, but in terms of like texturally, that's what you'll taste in your mouth.
Right. Okay.
All right,
Dylan's had a bunch of probably breast implants in his mouth as well. So
he
knows for sure.
He has for sure. Let's move on to, is this called haggis?
Haggis, yeah. I mean,
I've heard of this.
It's basically, once again, offal, which is basically, that term is basically inclusive of like heart, liver, tripe, basically all the entrails of an animal. And then the more crazy thing about haggis is like that it's then cooked within stomach lining traditionally.
Ooh, yeah.
So
have you eaten scrapple?
Yeah. Okay. So that's basically the American version of haggis, which haggis is the Scottish, it's Scottish.
Scrapple was like our like thing growing up. That was like every holiday. That was like what we ate for like breakfast, like with eggs. And then I grew up and I was like, oh my God. And everyone called it like everything but the oink, basically. It was like the whole, but like snout and everything is just
yeah.
Sage and oh God. Anyway.
But no, whether it's haggis or scrapple, like me personally, whether it's pate, whether it's oysters, whether it's like, I really like that kind of briny, earthy kind of flavor to things. So, I mean that's never really, and again, I think part of it, like, not to get all socially relevant, but being Korean and being kind of introduced to like a lot of these like bolder flavors, younger, probably just, emboldened me into like try these things. Cause it's that thing where like, when you have, and again, as you guys probably know, if you're familiar with Korean food, there probably aren't too many things that are that much more bolder than Korean food in and of itself. So it's like, yeah, I was already predisposed to like kind of trying these like crazier things.
Right.
So would you rather have, or what's crazier, that or the sea urchin?
Oh, again, the sea urchin. Back to my description.
I've heard the sea urchin's good.
Sea urchin is amazing because once again, as we talked about testicles, it's a very smooth and creamy flavor in your mouth. So yeah, it's sea urchin is very easy on your palate.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, I'm going with haggis.
Yeah, haggis. Yeah.
All right, well, let's run through these real quick here. We're on our second round of everyone. And let the viewers chime in real quick. We got Beirut, which looks like a baby duck fetus, which I think it is, versus these delicious cricket tacos. I mean, I think hands down it's the Beirut.
Yeah, it's the egg for sure.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I mean, I'm going to almost take it all the way to the top, but keep going.
Let's see what the fans have to say. The testicles of the sea. Okay, maybe they're behind. Anyway, let's move on. Let's got the scorpion shot versus the sea cucumber. I think the sea cucumber.
Sea cucumber for sure.
Didn't you say the sea cucumber when you bit into it was like it exploded?
It squirts in your mouth. It's literally like a penis. It squirts in your mouth. You bite into it, it squirts in your mouth.
I love it. Okay,
No
well that's
doubt
gonna have
about
to
it.
be the sea cucumber right there. I don't even care what the fans say. Yeah, cucumber. They agree. They understand. They know what's going on.
For sure.
They're vomiting in a bathtub right now. What about lamb head versus wet corn? I mean, come on. Do I got to show the lamb head again? Really?
No. I don't know. I mean,
lamb head versus wet corn. Hold on. You'd rather eat this? You don't think that's crazier?
I think I could get past.
And this?
What are the things floating in the wet corn?
I don't know, but remove the things floating. But yeah, it's you're drinking oatmeal milk basically from the tate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it has to be.
Okay, lamb head grosser. Okay, definitely because of the eye. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Lamb head. Show me that lamb head. That's what I want to see. What about this next one, the raindrop cake versus haggis. This raindrop cake looks like a titty I don't want to touch.
I know, but it's delicious, I think.
Haggis looks like just a bunch of mush.
Poo-poo, yeah.
Speaking of Rattlesnake, since Dave Brock is on, Dave, if you remember, we actually had Rattlesnake pizza at a pizza place called Apollonia. So this is years ago, but Dave actually ventured out to get some Rattlesnake pizza with me. So I don't know if he remembers that or has blocked that from his memory, but he's definitely a part of the crazy shit I put in my mouth. Yeah.
This just in, Dave has no idea who you are. Everyone's saying hag. Everyone's saying hag over the looks like my poo after a wet corn.
Oh, it's like it's kind of Inception. So.
I do. I commented on it earlier. Well, Dave, we didn't put your comment up. Take a seat.
Wow.
And can I say too, real quick? I haven't seen Dave in for years, but props, Dave, to your quarantine videos. Those are some crazy ass videos, and the effort and time that you put into those videos. They're very entertaining and very very entertaining.
We were very fortunate. We premiered his third and final video that he last did on.
Oh, there's a third
finale.
one.
Oh yeah, we premiered on Sims TV. It was great. I saw season finale.
I know I've seen two of them, so I don't know in terms of which ones they were, but I've seen two of them, and it's
your trilogy is not complete. So
oh my god, yeah, I need
do it when you get off. Yeah,
those are very entertaining videos, Dave. Props.
All right,
props to those videos, man.
For the sake of time, do we feel like the balut or the sea urchin is worse or crazier? Sorry, sea cucumber.
Oh, the sea cucumber or the egg? I gotta go with the egg, I think.
I think so too. The egg's pretty fucking
brutal.
That's
gnarly.
Again, Mike, like I said, guys, it's the balut by far, because I have never, again, just to reiterate, I don't have much of a gag reflex. I don't literally remember anything else in my life that I've eaten where I'm like, I'm gonna puke after I've eaten this. So balut for sure. Balut for sure.
Fans are saying cucumber, sea penis. Josh says dead duck. Ocean wang. All right, we're
you know what? No one wins or loses, but I'm gonna go with that sad baby duck egg.
Seriously, I think it comes down to the balut and that lamb's head.
Yeah.
Again, other than the eye, the meat is delicious. The meat in any head, there's so many jokes once again, but the meat in any head is actually some of the better meat that you can find on any animal. If you're a meat eater,
I'm with you. I get it.
You're with us?
No, I'm with the lamb head. I would probably eat the cheeks and stuff, but whatever.
So what's crazier, the lamb head or the haggis?
Oh, the haggis. Oh, wait. The lamb
haggis is pretty delicious, though.
Yeah, it's got to be the lamb head. It's because of the eye and the brain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, if you had a lamb's head with this on top of it, that's a fucking meal right there.
I said it. I think the egg shoots all the way to the top. It's disgusting.
Oh, the egg is. That was the first one I pulled, and I was like, "This
disgusting.
It's Every time I think about that, I think of Myron Santos. So that tells you everything you need to know. it's like biting into Myron Santos.
So let's check in with Driving Mike. Driving Mike, how's it going out there?
Still driving.
Great, wonderful. You look Look at that. You look like you're
he looks refreshed.
Duvetine behind you and everything.
Looks refreshed, like he's only got about 6 hours to go in front of him. You know, it'll be an easy drive.
I got about 4. We're stopping at Virginia Beach tonight.
Ooh.
Why did you get such a late start?
I know. Just don't.
Listen, we don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we don't need them to get in an argument on the road.
Yes, we do. This has been a crazy episode, and even though we try to keep it at 55 minutes, we are at an hour and a half yet again.
Wow.
And yeah, it flies when you're having fun, Mike. I'll tell you
and
what.
Nate's not even here.
Nate left. He's done. He checked out. We're losing.
Nate doesn't have anything to do with it. He's fine. Yeah. We're too
Mike,
unfit for him.
We're too unfit. Is there an after party tonight? Is there an after party I need to skip again?
I mean, geez, this is my after party, so thank you for keeping my Friday night lively. So,
this is great. We had another great episode. I just want to go around the room real quick, check in with everyone. Let's check in with our special guest, Mr. Mike Choi. You have anything you want to say or plug? We didn't even get to talk about your travel blog.
No, yeah. If you guys ever want to do some random goofy stuff in California, Southern California specifically, feel free to go to CaliforniaByChoice.com. It's a play off my last name. You can join the other 20 followers of that page. But yeah, no, I try to highlight some stuff that are like a little bit more off the beaten road. It's not like the Santa Monica Pier or Hollywood Walk of Fame. So it's things that are like a little bit more goofier. So if that interests you, go ahead and check out that site. But that's pretty much all I got going on. I got work, that, and and then Sims TV, man. So
well, listen, we want to have you back, but we want to do it in a. We want to have you back, but we want to do it in a place where we can get you to eat these foods. Besides,
you
just
saw me eat a scorpion.
Yeah, you had a scorpion, but we need more, man. I want to see you eat that.
I got a June bug.
Eat the June bug.
As an outro to this, I actually have one. I have one June bug left. I actually think so. I've been saving this for a special occasion, and I can think of no more special occasion than Sims TV. So there's a question for you, Mike, and you can have. Here we go. Where can we see the full version of The Rock That Glows? Vince. It's on YouTube.
I have it, Vince.
Yeah, if you wanna torture yourself into half an hour of kids doing some recycling, The Rock That Glow. But this is a June bug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
that's juicy.
This is a little bit juicier. So let me turn it around for you guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
So
okay, go ahead down the hatch.
This I've had this. So these aren't the tastiest ones that I've had, but
that was a crunch. That was a crunch. Yeah, maybe take a little swig of whiskey or Colt 45 to wash her down.
Those are the big ones.
That was a crunch. Oh,
well,
God.
I want to really thank Mike for joining us tonight. What a trooper. He ate a scorpion, he ate a June bug. He went through all that craziness with us. Look at him. You got to come to the after party. We'll send a link. Let's check in with our resident driver, Mike. How you doing?
Just, again, still driving. Same thing 5 minutes.
Still driving. Okay, good. And Care, how you doing? You have a good episode?
Had a great episode. I'm just playing it cool tonight, a little cooler. Got to be okay for this tiny wedding tomorrow. The only social event I've been to in the last 7 months. So.
All right. Oh, Mike, are you okay?
That was a big bug. That was a big bug.
Oh my!
we will be back next week with a whole new Sims TV. Our guest is RJ Larice. He's coming on to show us some of his wardrobes over the last 20 years, and we're going to play some fun brackets. But that being said, I'm Steven Sims. This is Sims TV. And if I can find the outro, we'll be out. Later, everyone.
Bye.
Peace and love.